Hey, hope everybody's having a great day. I am just chilling in old clothes today. I don't care. I'm just chilling. But there's something on my mind. So I've been thinking a lot lately, and this is why I've been bringing up like the topics about dreams, outer body experiences, because I'm still just trying to figure myself out too, at the end of the day. So I'm just going to say this about some experiences I've had. So, like, I've had people, and no, so I'll just start off by saying this. I know this to be true for a fact that when I sleep under the same roof with someone, that somehow I enter their dream space. I don't know how, and I'm still trying to understand this for myself too, right? So, I have people tell me stuff like, oh, I had a dream about you. Like my brother, one of my brothers beforehand, he told me like he had a dream or whatever, and in his dream he was scared, like he was terrified. It was like this big dark castle, and he was supposed to go into it. It was like some type of journey he had to go on, and it was like levels to it, and he was standing outside of it, and he said I just appeared out of nowhere, and I told him to wait, that I was going to go in first. And what I did was I went in first, took out all the heavy work so that his journey wasn't so hard. So he was able to go through the castle and go through there and complete his mission. I had somebody else, an older gentleman, never met before. He told me that he had a dream about me when he was a little boy, and I was standing in a doorway of light, and I said something, I spoke to him. And I'm just like, didn't dismiss that. I had someone else tell me like, "Oh, I had a dream about you. You helped me through some things in my dream." And I'm just like, "Okay." I've had somebody tell me like I was in their dream, and they dreamed like, they was a student, which was my mom. She was a student and I was a teacher. And in her dream, her ego was high, and whatever the reason was, she was like she was gonna pick her nose and pop it at me. And right when she like picked her nose, somebody else stood beside was standing beside her. It was like another teacher or whomever. And then they slapped my mom on the hand and told her don't do that. And she was like, she didn't even finish processing the thought. Like, how did they know that she was gonna do that? And she was like, I don't know who you are in the spiritual realm. She was like, but they don't mess around about you. She was like, I couldn't even flick a booger at you, and da da da. And she was like, you was all serious and da da da. And I was teaching her. So I'm just laughing because I had a similar dream too about that. So I'm just like, okay. And like various people, and like there was an instance too when like my last job, on certain days, like when new people come to our team, my supervisor would have me like sit with them for like the whole, and then just to give them like any additional training or help, or just have any questions, just to be like the one-on-one for them if they need any questions or whatever, because they just got a training and whatever. So there was this one particular girl, and at this time I was talking to Most High Mother and Father, and I was just asking like, this is before I even came to TikTok. I was just asking like, for somebody that's like got the same thought process as I had, because I felt like everybody else around me was just like, I'm not even gonna lie, I just felt like I was in a cemetery just surrounded by zombies. Like everybody just repeating the same old thing, the same old thing. You're just not thinking what they're saying. I'm like, can I just find somebody, that could think outside the box, like I'm thinking outside the box? Somebody has the same experiences as me and this, that, and the other. And then just so happened, I had a dream about this girl that I trained, like, was sat with before I even met her. And then so firsthand, when we came on camera on Teams, I looked at her. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I literally just dreamed about you last night, but I ain't tell her that because I don't want to weird you out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like kept looking at her like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you were just in my dreams, and da da da. And so we talked, we laughed, we had a good time, and we ended up switching numbers, outside of work, just on some friend stuff. And she messaged me and she was like, I don't want to sound weird. No, she called me. She was like, I don't want to sound weird or whatever. She was like, but I had this dream about you. And I'm just like, okay. And she was like, you were standing outside and you were just like by this tree. And this was before I even started grounding by nature. Like, this is before, like, all of this is what kind of pushed me into going outside by the tree, honestly. And she was like, you were just standing by a tree, and it was just like this older man. He was just looking at you. She was like, he reminded me like of a pervert, like he was stalking you. And I'm just looking like, and she was like, I don't want to overstep. She was like, but it also showed me her dream, like, some stuff happened to me in my childhood and this, that, and the other. And I just started crying, like, okay, I know God sent you because, okay, you know stuff about me. I know stuff about you. I just had a dream about you. Now you dreaming about me. So that was kind of cool too. But like along the way, I just keep meeting people that tell me they keep dreaming about me, and then now I'm just curious. Now because some people, they'll withhold dreams because of what it revealed or what it said. They won't tell me like everything. So now I know it's just like a weird want, but now I just like kind of want to sleep under the same roof with like just not just anybody, but somebody that would just tell the truth about what they dreamed about, what they saw, what they heard, and this, that, and the other. Like maybe that's just like another form of communication, bringing messages and, signals and stuff back from the other side. And then it just kind of helps me to really understand who I am essentially, or to stop denying who I am. And then like as you know, like I don't have any children. None, right? Love kids, love them, love them, love them. But I do not have any of my own on this earthly plane. However, in my dream, I have many, 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 many children, right? I have so many children. They're all freaking beautiful, right? And so what puzzles me and like is something like, I don't know. I kind of like got a train moment going on because I'm just like, accept, deny, accept, deny. Like, what do you do in this instance? Because in my dreams, my children, I see them, I talk to them like I'm their mother, right? And then here in this waking life, I will see those same people, but they're not my children. They're somebody else's. And then I've had the blessing, the honor, and getting close to some of them, whether it was like somebody I've dated who've had kids that happened to be one of mine from the other side. I know this sounds freaking weird. I know it does. I know it does. And I know it does. I knew this before I pressed play. And I'll just say that, okay? I knew this. But I'll see them. And then it's like this certain connection. It's like at the bottom of my heart, right? And it's just like something. It's like this really cool sensation that just goes through me. And it's like something just go and flips like when I'm around them. And like I know like you're my baby. Even though like that's your mama or that's your daddy, but over there, you're my baby. So if I have the chance, like in this waking life, to be close to you, and this and the other, because like that's what, like, oh my gosh, when I first, met Most High Mother again, like within my awakening after I stopped running, I've told the story 1,000 times, but she told me I was a guardian of the void of children. And then like I never knew what that meant and understood, but I'm like still just trying to like piece it together. But I'm like seeing with my physical eyes these people that I see in my dreams, right? And I'm just like, what does this really mean? Essentially, what does this really mean? And I just can't help but to dream. That's why I know like dreams are not just dreams, that we are going to different realms and dimensions. And then just thinking about to like biblical stories and all these other, Sumerian texts and things like that, how like essentially kids, like they're loners. Like parents are just the guardians of somebody else's children. On I don't really know what I'm trying to piece together right now. But do anybody else have these experiences? But like I've had the experience to be around some of mine. And then I just, look out for them. Make sure like their mama and their daddy treating them right and just there in their life and give them like that spiritual guidance and wisdom. And then